Hey all, epic fantasy author Brian S. Pratt here. So I'm going to talk about my book, Fires of Prophecy. It's the second book of the series, the Morcyth Saga. There's 7 books in it. This is the second book. The first book I did a video about, and it's called The Unsuspecting Mage. If you haven't read that one yet, it's advised that you read that before you read this book, Fires of Prophecy. Now I'm going to talk about Fires of Prophecy, and let's know sort of what it's about. There may be some mild spoilers, nothing too bad. Anyway, Fires of Prophecy begins right after the first book, The Unsuspecting Mage. James and Miko are now split up. James fought the Empire, passed out, and at the end of the book was removed by a shadowy figure that later turns out to be Jerome, a skilled knife fighter who becomes one of his best friends and allies. Now Miko, James's friend, that was with him throughout most of the first book, has been captured by the Empire. The Empire has just sacked the City of Light, and the soldiers are right now going through collecting people, and the slavers have captured Miko and are taking him deep into the Empire. The whole book is about James rescuing Miko, and he basically almost fights his whole way through the Empire to the southern shores, where Miko's being taken to the iron mines on the island of Sorna, and that's where James eventually finds him. So, and James is developing his magic. As he goes along, it becomes more powerful. He can do more. Like I'm a gamer. I started out Dungeons and Dragons back in the 80s. I'm a dungeon master. I love role-playing games. I've made countless campaigns, and all of that goes into these books that I'm writing. James was a high school student in California. Went to an interview, boom, he's in this world. He doesn't know why he's there. They just said, just do what you think is right. And that's basically it. So he's on his own. He's got to learn everything on his own. Magic, he has no one to talk to about magic. So he has to trial and error, and he makes mistakes, but he learns. But having been a dungeon master, having had to think things through time and time again, has helped him to, first of all, acclimate to magic fairly decently. He's more inclined to do well in magic because he's more inclined to believe in it. And all the spells and Dungeons and Dragons and his campaigns, all of those come into play, or some of them anyway, while he goes. Like he creates Rocky. Rocky is like this big stone behemoth. Basically, magic takes like rubble, combines it into a almost like a stone golem thing. The biggest analogy I could come up with that is Galaxy Quest. When Tim Allen fights that stone creature in my head is Rocky. Of course, Rocky was created well before Galaxy Quest came out, because it was done by a friend of mine in a campaign way back in the day. So, see, all my experience as a dungeon master all comes into play. Magic, a lot of theory of magic, thinking about magic, talking about magic, dungeons, traps, secret passages, and so forth. That's what this book's all about. And the Morcyth Saga is. It's epic fantasy. It's just a fun adventure. I'm not trying to make a political point, not trying to be push the envelope. If you want a really edgy story full of betrayal, this ain't it. If you just want a fun adventure where the good guys stick together and fight it out against the bad guys, that's this one. I'm old school. I like old school stories, and my stories are old school type stories. Just fun adventures. Anyway, if you're interested, I would recommend starting with the first book of the Morcyth Saga, The Unsuspecting Mage. You can find it anywhere that ebooks is sold. However, if you look in the description, I will put a link in there where you can download it from Amazon for free. And it's not a teaser download. This is a full-on book. Amazon says it's 473 pages, so it's not like three chapters. It's a full-on book. Give it a try. You're not nothing. And if you like it, try the rest of them. If you like my video, please like it. If you want to hear more from me, or if you want to support me, please subscribe. Also, comments. If you have any questions about the book, you want to talk about it, put it in the comments. If I can reply without giving away too much, spoilers that is, I'll do so. Anyway, y'all take care, and I hope to hear from you.